live and in studio on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, your real estate and financial experts, making sure you win in every market. Your financial partners, Don and Gino.
Welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. But today, in case you just tuned in, you're joining us in the Vault Studios right here in Valencia. The Vault Media Studio, which is right here in Cherry Creek Mortgage. How about that, Gino?
It's actually really great, Don. In fact, one of the things is I'm on our website right now at donandgino.com, and I'm looking at the video. I'm chatting with everyone, and it looks fantastic. Really does.
It's such an upgrade, and we want to thank Joe Messina and Furman and George and all the crew that helped us get to the stage. Peter helping us out at the booth still there at KHTS. We're not too far away from our friend. And just great information first half. We were talking about our addiction to quantitative easing, meaning the printing of money to help stimulate our economy.
You know, Don, one of the things that's funny is, we always hear those things where people say, it'll never happen here, it'll never happen here. Well, my family's from Argentina, so I've seen hyperinflationary markets that others don't recognize, and I see a lot of similarities in what we're doing to what the Argentine government's done in the past to stimulate its economy. And again, what happens over there is it gets really hot, really, really hot. I mean, you've never seen inflation like this. Like, you wake up in the morning, you have to, rush to the store to hurry up and buy something because in the afternoon...
Didn't you have something like 5,000% inflation at one point?
Yeah, and the thing is that nothing that they report is real, but literally intraday, at the store, the prices would be rising on food intraday.
Wow.
So you'd have 2 or 3 price rises on a loaf of bread.
Hey, like interest rates.
The only difference is interest rates, prices go down too. They never go down once you're in that kind of market. And it reminds me of the only place that's had worse inflation is Germany, when they said that, people used to carry around their money in wheelbarrows, and people would come around, toss the money out, and run off with the wheelbarrow because it wasn't worth it.
That's funny stuff.
Let's hope that doesn't happen here.
All right, well, we would love you to join us here at the Vault Media Studio by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. Click on the listen and chat live, and what's cool is you can join us here because basically you'll be able to listen to us, watch us, and chat with us and ask questions and just get involved. We'd love to hear from you and all our friends out there, so thank you for joining us. As we were talking about the quantitative easing and our addiction, what's funny is this just more clarifies our addiction to it is the Fed is set. Unemployment, my drumbeat is always about jobs. Without jobs, we don't have a recovery. And we've had a basis for recovery, as Gino has said. But the big deal is getting our unemployment down. So what's funny is now they're talking about their target rate was 6.5%. We're at 7.3% as of today. They're talking about moving it, and once it gets down to 6.5% in unemployment, then they'll start tapering our quantitative easing. Well, if you've heard us for the last, and hopefully you have, for the last 2 months, we've been informing you. We always talk about jobs and what it really means and where we're at. We've been informing you that despite the unemployment rate going down from the tens, and now they're bragging about how it's gone down to 7.6, 7.5, 7.2. That is a little deceptive. Those numbers are skewed. Yeah. I mean, just so you know, a third of that decrease has to do with a lot of our baby boomers and a lot of people leaving the job market. Meaning, just we're not getting back into the job market. We're at our worst levels ever. Basically, I think since the 50s or 60s in employment. It's like 63% or something like that. It's really low.
I think it's lower. I mean, the tax base is pathetically low.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Jim, I'm going to ask you a question on this. So, because I'm always trying to paint the silver lining in that number, right? So I'm always trying to say, well, the reality is some people are becoming entrepreneurs, and that's a good thing. But the thing that scares me the most is that youth is not entering the workforce. I know in our industry, we don't see young people entering the workforce in our industry. I know you don't see too many young people in real estate. How about in your field? Do you have young, aggressive attorneys that look like they're going to do something?
Well, we do. Actually, the problem in the legal arena is that we have too many of them. So as the economy turns bad, people turn to school. Many of them turn to law school, acquire a couple of $100,000 worth of debt
Yay.
and deliver pizzas.
Ow.
Wow.
That doesn't work too well, huh?
Math doesn't work
It's
too
not
well.
a good return on your investment.
No. No, but so we have absolutely no problem in finding them. The thing is, in soft economies, consumers don't have the money, so it's a service that people opt out of. And then as far as corporate America, what they've been doing is they've been leaving the larger firms in droves to go to boutiques, highly specialized, save money.
Okay. Yeah, I know our industry is. We're actually. What's nice is Cherry Creek Mortgage has actually put out a means to actually train our next generation of loan officers and mortgage planners, because those of us like myself, I've been in the industry 26 years. I'm hoping to not to have to be in it another 26 years. Otherwise, you'll hear me on going, today the rates are at this, and back in my day.
Like some of the VA appraisers I deal with.
Yeah, no kidding. Exactly, exactly. So, we have Michael De La Mora just joined our team, and he's a young buck and aggressive. What's cool is he's going to have 6 months worth of training. Believe it or not, we're actually going to train a loan officer.
I could imagine it'd take that much.
Yeah, because if you go to, I have to say it, to a larger institution, you really don't get much training. Basically, you fill out an application, you're given advice about mortgages on their biggest debt of their life in most cases, and a lot of the assistance comes from those who aren't fully trained. Yeah. And that's why we have people like you, Jim. And if you just tuned in, we're sitting here with Jim Reape with Reape Rickett Law Firm, one of the best family law practices in town, without a doubt. And we love having you on, Jim.
Thank you, guys.
And we love that you give solid advice. I
try.
mean, accountable advice that makes sense to the client. Meaning, it's not always just throwing them in. I mean, one of them is you think you'd want to take everybody to litigation, and get in front of court and run up all those bills. But your big thing is not that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to be insane to go in there. I guess that's why I'm welcome.
You go, oh, it's you again. but I know you talk about our basically helping both sides of the party come to an agreement without having to go to court.
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, things can happen to you, and oftentimes we don't come to grips with that. We don't like things happening to us. So isn't it much better to exercise control and reach an agreement that you designed, that works for you, works for your family, and it's not some bureaucracy imposing it on you? So what you have when you reach an agreement is you have actually a better chance that it's going to be followed.
Okay, I like that. So what I like too is having somebody like you who's been through a lot, because I know myself and Gino, we do probably more loans than a good portion of the competitors out here, which gives us a lot more opportunities to see ways to handle different scenarios. And I'm sure you've done the same. You've sat down with so many different families going, I recognize this. She's going to be pissed off about this. He's going to be mad at this. And they're dividing the line. But now you've figured out how to get around that to take the emotions out. Am I right?
Exactly. I had somebody come in this morning, and after about a half hour, she asked whether or not the person who referred her provided a lot more detail than she had thought. And I showed her I had 2 lines on a piece of paper, but I've been there before because people act in very predictable ways.
So you didn't need tarot cards?
No, the only advice for her was give it time, let it calm down.
Okay. See, I like that you're able to calmly, because like you said, like I was saying, been there, done that. Take the emotion out of it and say, what do you guys really want to accomplish? What's important here? I mean, I'm sure that's got to be the one blinding flash of the obvious, that you bring out what's really important here.
Exactly. And typically then we go to the kids.
Absolutely.
Most everyone is not going to, in front of me anyway, speak, intentions to hurt their kids.
Okay, that makes sense. In fact, when we come back from our break, I want to talk about an interesting topic about how many parents a child may have these days.
Today, 2. Give it a few weeks.
parental figures.
Yes, there you go. There you go. So we're going to talk about that. Also, when we come back, I want to pick your brain a little bit about this hot topic right now called bullying.
We have a good response for that.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So you definitely want to stay tuned with Don Gatling, Gino Fronti on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show with Mr. Jim Reape with Reape Rickett Law Firm. We got some good stuff coming up for you right here at the Vault on AM 1220 KHTS. We'll be right back.